Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Sharifa, and my poetry name is New Lily. If you're new, please check out my How I Became a Targeted Individual video links that I located in the description box as well as the comment section. I always say this in the beginning of my videos, y'all, so if you're used to this intro, you can go ahead and fast forward through it. I'm going to try to make it quicker this time, but the three video links link to three different videos that talk about how I became targeted. One link leads to my full story of how I became targeted, which is a 12-hour, 7-part video compilation where I not only talk about how I became targeted in 2020, but I also give the backdrop story because I've been through some sort of spiritual warfare since my early 20s up until now, age 32. The other two video links are shorter and they're more summarized, watered down, I guess you could say, versions of the full story. So one of the other video links that I have in the comment section is my commentating over a clip of how I became a targeted individual. And in that video, I basically just went into my full story and I fast forwarded to the part of the video where I talked about what started my targeting. And I just did a screen recording of that portion of the video and I provided commentary over it. And it's more up to date than any of the other two videos, so more up to date than my full story or the summary, which I'm about to reference, because I did the commentating over a clip about 2 months ago. So that's about 3 hours and 10 minutes of content where you hear basically just what started my targeting, a little bit of the backdrop story, but not as much. I summarized it, and then I give commentary over the clip and give you kind of updates, of some newer things that I've been through. So I just expound on the details in that video clip. And then in the summary video, that video was created around the time that I created my full story. I just summarize what started my targeting and I leave out all of the backdrop details. So if you're going to check out any one of those three videos, of course, I would recommend the full story if you have the time. It's not meant to be watched in one sitting. It's meant to be watched in pieces. But if you don't have the time or the patience to sit there and listen to someone talking about themselves for 12 hours, I completely understand. I would recommend you watch the commentating over a clip video rather than the summary video. Because as I just mentioned, the commentating over a clip video is more up to date. I took, like I said, the part of the full story where I talked about what started my targeting. I did a recording of it, a screen recording, and I gave commentary over it. Not only expounding on things, but also giving new details. So please check out one of those video links, y'all, and check out the other links in the description box. Those links are important and contain pertinent information for targeted individuals. I have links, where doctors talk about the technology utilized on targets, a video that links to a video I created, providing evidence about the technology used, patents, etc. There are a lot of important links in the description box and comment section that I put there for targets. So please check it out. Anyway, y'all, this is not going to be a long video. I just wanted to show you another example of shadow networking. So if you've watched my recent videos, you'll have seen me talk about shadow networking. And I've been talking about it heavily since I created my pertinent information about the targeted individual video. Let me go over there real quick. So this video, part 1, pertinent information about the targeted individual program video. You can see that I'm in the thumbnail with a burgundy shirt on, and it's an hour and 14 minutes long. In that video, I break down what shadow networking is. Prior to that video, I had made some videos that I talked about targeting through the TV, how it seemed like they were able to send you videos on YouTube, Hulu, Netflix, etc., with subliminal messaging in it to sensitize you. I used to just show y'all examples. A lot of those videos got deleted. I talked about in my prior videos the fact that I had a lot more videos with me on camera uploaded to my channel, and those videos got deleted when the computer that I was using to create those videos got confiscated. It was not my computer. And so when that computer got confiscated from me, the person that took the computer went into my YouTube that I forgot to sign out of and deleted all of my videos that I had on camera. So these last few months, since last year, midway through last year, I've been just kind of trying to recreate the content that got deleted. So a lot of my videos are off camera now because I haven't had access to a computer with a camera on it. The only video that I'm on camera for right now is my full story that I just referenced a little while ago, how I became a targeted individual full story, my recent birthday workout update video from 2 weeks ago, where I just showed you 3 video clips of what I'm looking like now after doing 3 months of working out. And then my commentating over a clip video that I told you all, I literally did a screen recording from my full story, just a portion where I talked about starting my targeting. Other than that, I'm not on camera for any of my other videos. And that's why, because that camera was confiscated and a lot of my videos got deleted. You can check out my update video. That video with the update button as the thumbnail, if you want to hear more details about those videos that got deleted. Anyway, guys, so I've been just recreating content, and a lot of the videos that I had created, was deleted. And I have recreated a lot of them, but some of them I was not able to recreate. And some of those former videos that got deleted, prior videos, that got deleted, talked about shadow networking. I didn't know what the term was called. I didn't know it was called shadow networking. I literally learned that 3 months ago when I created this part 1 pertinent information about the targeted individual video. Before, I used to call it targeting through the TV. And I was just showing you all that they have the ability to somehow, with some sort of software that they use, hack your technological devices and send you videos with subliminal messaging. And I told you all that I was following a target named Truth Hurts Hypocrisy America. And I don't feel like this Hypocrisy America anything. I'm not anti-America. I'm just literally telling you what this target's name was. But I started following him because he gave a lot of information about the program on his channel. And I noticed that he was talking about the targeting through the TV. I was like, so I'm not going crazy. This is a real thing, because, this is what the program is designed to do. It's psychological warfare, make you feel like you're going crazy. But I kept noticing that it seemed like subliminal messaging was being sent to me through the videos I was watching on YouTube, Netflix, etc. But I wasn't sure, I was still relatively new to this program and not really understanding all of the tactics used. So his channel, Truth Hurts Hypocrisy America, was the first channel where I actually saw evidence of this technology that they have. And so after watching his channel, I started posting about that more in those videos that got deleted, right? And one of the things I talked about in one of my videos was the fact that Truth Hurts Hypocrisy America noticed that when the shadow networking is happening, you often see a plaid shirt. That was not the case for me. And I made that very clear in the video when I was talking about his videos and I shared some clips of his videos. I can't show you guys that video. It got deleted. But those of you that have been subscribed since not December of 2023, not last month, but December of 2022, when I first started creating these videos. For those of you that have been subscribed since back then, you know what I'm talking about. But I was just, I made the video sharing, sorry to start to stammer, guys, I heard noise outside. I made the video just sharing some clips from Truth Hurts Hypocrisy America's page of him showing what the targeting through the TV looks like and how they mock you and how they, try to, spread false narratives, etc. with their shadow networking software. I'm saying shadow networking now because I now know that that's what it's called. But the targeting through the TV. This is what he was calling it, and this is what I called it too, because I didn't know what the terminology for it was. Anyway, so I was just showing in the video when I was showing his clips. Now, one of his clips, he mentioned the fact that oftentimes you'll see plaid shirts when they're doing it, and that's a sign of a handler or whatever. How, he was doing research and digging down some rabbit holes and stuff in his channel. So I didn't necessarily agree with everything he said, but he did have some good information on his channel. But I made it very clear in that video from months ago, mind you, y'all, because now that's become an active part of my programming and my targeting. Even though I made it clear that that's not something I was seeing, I made it very clear about the fact that I don't see the plaid shirts, but that's something that Truth Hurts Hypocrisy America sees. I said I do notice the targeting through the TV and the sensitization and the sending of stimuli, but I didn't notice the plaid shirts. Oh my God, who told me to say that or even share that in my video? Ever since then, I don't even have that video posted anymore because, like I said, that was one of my videos that got deleted. But ever since then, they have sensitized me to plaid, y'all. That has become a major part of my sensitization, a major stimuli that they use when they're shadow networking, and even in person here on island. That has become a theme here on island, plaid. Like they're literally even on one of the murals on one of the grocery stores down here, one of the grocery stores that's been down here for years. They painted a plaid shirt on the person on the wall. You don't understand, I've made history on this island in the worst way possible. Like, it's so weird what's happening. You don't understand how far this thing has gone. It has literally created a movement on island where people are wearing plaid to sensitize me. You understand how far this thing is going? People are wearing plaid down here. They're painting it on murals on buildings that have been around for years. They're making ads for island commercials down here. They do little ads down here for the grocery stores or whatever with people wearing plaid. The thing has gone so far because of Truth Hurts Hypocrisy America's video that I shared months ago. So when they do their shadow networking tactics, which is targeting through the TV, let me fast forward now. 3 months ago, I went to Michael Barden's page, and I've told y'all about Michael Barden and the fact that he gives a lot of information on his page. He's a former military agent that is now targeted, and he gives real information. Not to say Truth Hurts Hypocrisy America wasn't given real info, because he was. That's why I was following a lot of his videos. I learned a lot from him, even the fact that they use HARP on target sometimes, because that too was something I noticed, but I wasn't certain. Sorry, that's just my alarm, y'all. I'm supposed to drink some water now because I'm supposed to go jogging in 30 minutes. As a matter of fact, let me pause the video, y'all. I'm gonna go grab my water. This is not gonna be a long video. I just want to quickly show you what they do with the shadow networking, because I already showed y'all an example already in one of my videos. Oh man, I didn't mean to click on that. And I want to show y'all another example of them doing it. But hold on, let me just pause the video and grab some water, guys. I'm coming right back. Anyway, guys, so about 3 months ago, I went on Michael Barden's page, and like I was saying, he's a former military agent that's now targeted. He shares a lot of info, like real, I don't want to say real stuff, but like he has actual documentation and proof to support the things that he's saying, right? He's where I first saw the patent for the technology utilized on targets, the neuromonitoring technology, brain to computer interface technology. It was on his channel that I learned that Obama signed the BRAIN initiative. I learned a lot from his channel. Also, that's where I learned about that same tactic, the targeting through the TV. I learned what the terminology for it is. It's called shadow networking. And they are using something called shadow network to hack all of your technological devices if you're targeted. And they can literally mess with all the apps and everything on your phone. And they can send you videos with stimuli in it to sensitize you. So for instance, on Hulu, let's say that your targeting is based on stealing. I'm just giving you an example. On Hulu, when you like go in the filter and you type in like the genre that you want, let's say you type in horror, they're going to send you a bunch of horror movies with stealing in it, right? If you go on Netflix and you type in the genre horror, they're going to send you a bunch of horror movies with stealing in it. You go on YouTube and you're recommended. You know how in the recommended they send you videos based on what you watch? It's like an algorithm. They're going to send you videos based on what you watch, but all those videos are going to have stealing in it. So let's say you're like me and you like to watch Atlanta Housewives. They'll send you videos about Atlanta Housewives, but it's always going to be scenes that include stealing in it. Or they'll send you videos similar, like they might send you another franchise similar to Atlanta Housewives, like Married to Medicine, even if you don't watch that show. And it's always going to be clips about stealing. This is an example of what they do with the shadow networking. And so I actually even showed you guys, before I go there though, please check out that video that I was just on. Let me go back to it. That part 1 pertinent information about the targeted individual video. Check out the part 1 and part 2. Because not only do I explain to you how it works, and I share a clip from Michael Barden's page talking about it and how they use the shadow networking to social engineer and push false narratives, right? Because this is how they malign you, right? With their programming. Not only are they programming your brain, but they're also trying to push false narratives. This is how they do it. But then not only that, I recently posted another example showing y'all the shadow networking about 12 days ago, about 2 weeks ago. It says example of shadow networking AI software, and you can see the thumbnail says super pigs. And I was showing you another example of them shadow networking and telling you guys about how they like to sensitize me to the word pig and insinuate that I'm a pig, which seems to be not just a part of my programming. That seems to be a universal term that they use often on targets. I wouldn't say they use it on all targets, but I'm certain I'm not the only one, because they even have an ad, a TSA ad, talking about flying, and remember that's part of what happens to you when you're watch listed. You might have trouble when it comes to traveling because your name is watch listed. So you might have trouble when it comes to traveling and stuff like that. And so oftentimes what they'll do is they'll, when it comes to traveling, you might have trouble. Like this is what was happening to that senator that I talked about in the last video that's now suing all of them and found out he was watch listed because he couldn't get into the White House. That's what was happening to him. When he traveled, he was, dealing with delays, et cetera, et cetera. But that commercial, there's an ad, a TSA ad, and I'm sorry I hesitate, I heard noise in the background, but there's a TSA ad where they're literally showing pigs and saying, stop pigs from flying. And they put like a, this emblem, not emblem, but the symbol, like with the circle and the line through it, that means kind of like stop pigs from flying. There's a TSA ad like that. So I think that seeing that ad makes me believe that likely they used the word pig universally on all targets. I'm not certain about that though. That could just be, again, shadow networking and them creating an ad specifically for me. But they do have, like I said, terms and tactics that they use universally on all targets. So for instance, the moniker narcissist. I noticed they use that on all targets. Several targets that I have followed have been talking about the word narcissist. So that seems to be a recurrent theme in the community that they use on all targets. But then specifically whatever they're targeting you for or whatever they're trying to sensitize you to, that might be used specifically in your targeting. So for instance, stealing, they have used that on me before, not because I've ever stolen, but because of something I said about my roommate when I talked about my full story and why I felt like this might be spiritual. Something I said that they felt was flaw, I guess that they felt like I shouldn't have said about my roommate, or something I revealed that happened with her when she and I lived together, made them start using the term stealing on me as kind of like retribution for me sharing that info about her. So that's just an example of them using something specific to my targeting. But like the moniker narcissist, that's universal. They use that on all targets. The pig thing, like I said, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's universal because I haven't seen any other targets talking about it. But I did see that TSA ad, which made me wonder, is it universal? But for sure, they try to sensitize me to the word pig. And it has everything to do with my reactions to their abuse. It's called reactive abuse. And they take your reactions, antagonize you, whatever else, and focus on your reaction to their abuse rather than what you were reacting to. And so that's what created the moniker pig for me, and them throwing the word pig at me to sensitize me. And then also too, I believe it's an element of bullying because as I explained in that pig video, the super pigs, check it out if y'all have the time. It's only 20 minutes long. I talk more about this shadow networking thing that they do. You'll hear me talk about my sinus issues and the fact that my whole life I've had, sinus nasal issues. And I went into the details about that, And so I do believe there's an element of that in there as well, why they're saying the pig thing, because I am always blowing my nose. So I think it's an element of bullying. I mean, all of it's bullying. This whole program is a bully program. But I think specifically with the pig thing, I think that's their way to bully me about my nose, my runny nose, in addition to the fact that they're actually trying to call me a pig because of my reactions to their abuse. As a matter of fact, I've played this video enough times I can't play it enough, y'all. Let me play this real quick before I show y'all how they tried to sensitize me again with their false narratives and their social engineering, right? With their shadow networking. Let me play that reactive abuse video for y'all real quick. You can see it's only 3 minutes and 45 seconds long. Good morning. Top of the morning to y'all. I posted this video quite a while ago, like half a year ago. And it's only 3 minutes long. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sharifa. My music name is New Lily. If you're new to my channel, please scroll down and check out my How I Became a Targeted Individual summary and or full story, as well as my update video. Because in the update video, I basically just tell y'all about how my prior videos got deleted. I used to have way more videos posted, and most of them I was on camera. Now my newer videos, I'm for the most part off camera because I do not have access to that computer I used to use. And the only videos that I have on camera at the moment is my How I Became a Targeted Individual full story. So that's what's going on right now, guys. Please check that out if you're new to my channel. If you're not new, welcome back. I just wanted to share with you guys this video that showed up in my recommended. Remember I told y'all that they target me through the TV and the ads and stuff. And so they sent this and I'm just like, are they poking fun at me? Because this is literally the gang stalking program right now. Whether they are or not, I'm so glad they put that video there. I'm about to share it with y'all. This is literally, remember I keep saying don't react, because literally that's how the program is designed. It's called poking the bear. I actually had a video, one of my videos that got deleted, of this military agent, I've said this in several videos, that basically was talking about how the program works and that it's designed to incite a reaction, a negative or adverse reaction out of the target. So now I have an actual term for what that's called. It's called reactive abuse. And so let me go ahead and share it with you guys.
Reactive abuse is where I do something to provoke the target. I find out what her weak spots are, what her vulnerabilities, her sensitivities are. I deliberately push those buttons. I deliberately provoke her into some sort of explosive outburst, which any human being over time will respond with an explosive outburst given enough passive aggression, slights and little digs here and there and triggering of their vulnerabilities. Once she's had the outburst, I've got it. Then all I have to do is focus on her outrageous outburst. Maybe she will scream at me and become angry, and then I'll say, oh my God, you're such an angry person, maybe you need to go to therapy. Maybe she will start crying and have a breakdown and become very sad and upset, and I'll say, oh my God, you're so weak, what is wrong with you? And then I'll treat her with contempt and disgust, and I'll really focus on the ugliness and the inappropriateness and the hostility of her response. Reactive abuse is where I do something to provoke the target.
So guys, that's gaslighting. That's gaslighting, and that's what's done in this program, basically. This is why I keep saying, don't react, don't react. Use me as an example. Because my reactions literally made my targeting go viral and made it as horrible as can be, because I didn't know how the program worked. Sorry that I sound like this. I have food in my mouth, guys. It's morning time and I'm eating breakfast. But as you guys can see, this is something they put in my recommended. You see that? This is literally just my page. I was scrolling down. Whoops, oh boy, it's gonna reload now. Anyway, you can see that it's in my shorts. It's literally a recommended. It reloaded. I didn't mean for it to reload. Y'all see what had popped up on top of the screen? The thing that said narcissist? Did y'all see that? Right? And this was back before I knew what was called shadow networking. All then they were shadow networking like crazy. You can see that they put the reactive abuse thing in my newsfeed, and it said, and when I do stuff to provoke the target, so they're literally teasing me about what they're doing. Then you can see when the screen reloaded, you saw the first thing that popped up on the top of the screen, narcissist. Let me rewind that so you can see. But it's, you see that? This is literally just my page. I was scrolling down. Whoops, oh boy, it's gonna reload now. Anyway, you can see that it's in my shorts. It's literally a recommend. You see that? Torture the narcissist? Do you see that? Do y'all see what this looks like? Do you see that? This is shadow networking. I didn't even ever notice that. You know how many times I've shared this video and I didn't notice that? So all back then they were doing this. Now, mind you, they were not doing this to me before I tried to relocate off island. This all started, I reiterate, because I've said this in several of my videos, my targeting changed when I tried to relocate off island summer of 2022. I tried to relocate, did not know I was a target. I went to the States. I had some egregious reactions to this thing following me and not knowing that I was targeted. And those reactions were used not only to catapult my targeting, but it also put me on the map. I made some very powerful enemies with the reactions that I had. Listen to my story, y'all. Listen to my videos. I have several videos where I give details about what happened. Listen to my part 1, gaslighting, and programming of the targeted individual. The link to that video is also in the description box in the comment section. In that video, I talk about what happened when I tried to relocate off island, some of the reactions I had, and what caused my targeting to go viral. Listen to that video, y'all. Though my targeting changed. After that happened and I came back to this island, my targeting changed. That's when I was neuromonitored. That's when I was microchipped. Things got way worse. I see a rooster drone on the gate outside. And the reason I can tell y'all is because even though it looks like a real rooster, the mouth is always open in this weird way. It's this weird thing where the mouth is always open with the rooster drone. It's weird. But anyways, so that's what's going on, y'all. My targeting changed when I left island. I came back because of my reactions to their abuse. So this is an example, reactive abuse. And again, I always take what they try to use to malign me and I use it to actually prove my case. When they sent me this this reactive abuse video a few months ago, and I did this recording, I was like, wow, this is actually something I can use to help me. They were using it to tease me, and I used it to help me, to help my case. And this is what I constantly do with the things that they send me with their BS. Anyway, so let me go back up now, guys, and show you another example of shadow networking, right? So I don't want to be on here too long. I really don't. I don't want this video to be too long. Let me see how long it is. Already 24 minutes. Let me try to hurry up. So in my news feed, right, I had seen this video and they were trying to shadow network me with this video as well. It said loyalty test ends a lot sooner
Did they pull in already?
than expected. And in the video, it's basically about this girl that's with this guy, right? And they'd set up this thing to test her loyalty to him. And basically they made it so that he parked in this like random location outside of an apartment building, and he went inside and they pretended like this guy was coming out to give her a ticket. And then they had this other guy come up and act like he lived in the building and like he was standing up for her, right? And so basically had him offer the ticket guy money so that she wouldn't have to get the ticket, basically. So he offered to pay one set of money out of his wallet so that the ticket wouldn't be put on her car, her boyfriend's car, really. It was her boyfriend who was driving the vehicle. So when the ticket man walked off, the guy that got the ticket guy to go away started flirting with her and, talking about the fact that, he's overreacting. I don't know why he act like that. And where are you from? Kind of just making conversation with her. And so she said, she was real with him about having a boyfriend. She said, my guy went in the building. So I'm just here waiting for him. And she was telling him she's from, I think it was Brazil, or Colombia. I can't remember. It was either Colombia or Brazil. South America. She was from South America. And she was just basically, going along with the small talk with him. So then basically he asked her for her number and she gave it to him. So she failed the first part of the test. No, I want you to understand the shadow networking with this, I'm not going to play the video because it's not that big of a deal. The other one was way more intense and invasive, and I want y'all to see the level of shadow networking. And I want you to also understand how high tech this shadow networking software is. There's something I want to say, but I'm going to get there in a minute. So anyway, in this video, this is the one that they actually did send to me, the loyalty test one. They're trying to insinuate basically again that I'm some sort of smut that would be in a relationship with a guy and cheat on the guy or leave the guy or do whatever because of what I talked about in my story. And I made it very clear, this is what they do. I talked about this in my recent videos, right? You can check out the recent videos that I've created where I bust down what they do with the shadow networking. It's social engineering. So they'll purposely take things that might be slightly relative to what's going on with you or what has happened with you, and they'll paint a false narrative with it. They're very good at doing that with their technology. I've showed y'all that in several videos, right? Several recent videos that I posted, I showed you that. You can check out, for instance, my displaying one of the drones used on targeted individuals. Check that video out where they were trying to paint this false narrative about something I've talked about. And then the external gang stalking that goes along with the programming. So they'll send you the stimuli, right? The shadow networking stimuli to sensitize you via these videos, right? And then you're being watched on camera by the gang stalkers externally. When the thing plays, then they'll do something in the outside, like make noise or make a drone drop out the tree, something like that, to pound in the false narrative. This is how it works. It's a very comprehensive, all-inclusive program. Anyway, so they're constantly doing that to me all day long, sending me bullshit, false narratives, and then the gang stalkers are externally watching with me and watching my reaction and making noises. This is how it works. It's very invasive and intense, right? And this is how they paint false narratives and try to frame you, smear your name, etc. Anyway, so that's what they were trying to do with that, because I talked about in my story, if you listen to my full story, you'll hear me talk about what happened with my ex-boyfriend, the one that ended up leading me on, and the stuff that happened with him. I was only 19 when I broke up with him, and I broke up with him because I didn't want to be in a relationship, a serious relationship. I was a child. I was 19. That's a teenager. I'm 32 now. I would never do something like that at this age. I had just gotten to college, right? I talked about the story in my full story, and then I even gave more details in this video, revealing the ex I talked about in my story, and I gave more details about him. You could check that video out. You can see a picture of him too if you'd like, right? But in that video, I gave more details about it because they took it, like they do, everything that I said in earnest and being candid, and they misconstrued it and took it out of context purposely and started creating smear campaigns. So this is basically what they did with that situation, like every other thing that I talked about. And so they tried to paint it like I'm this floozy when that's not the case. So basically what happened with that ex is I was 19. I was 18 when I went to school. Graduated from high school, went straight up to Tallahassee, followed my older sister to school. She and I did community college for our first 2 years, right? And we were in an apartment. I never had the dorm experience, at least not in my earlier years. I had the dorm experience when I was an older college student, which really sucked because at that time I wasn't looking to have a dorm experience. But that's a story for a different day. So in my early 20s, I had an apartment with my sister and her boyfriend, right? And then we also had two other girls that were our roommates that went to one of the universities near our university. So I remember we at that time my sister had her boyfriend, you know, and I didn't have anybody at the time. We had just moved up, and she and I were going out a lot. Even though she was in a relationship, she was still young. You know, my older sister's only 2.5 years older than me, or 3 years older than me. We kind of grew up like twins, like we're really close. People used to think we were twins, etc., etc. So, anyways, we were going out a lot and meeting guys and stuff. She wasn't taking it serious because she had a boyfriend. I was single. So immediately I met somebody that I had a connection with. That's the ex I'm talking about. I don't want to go into details. I'm not going to tell the whole story because I've told it in several different videos. And I actually haven't talked about that in a while, and I don't want to talk about it now. Because I notice when I talk about stuff, it's like really like a computer simulation. They start to really like send sensitization about that thing that I talked about. I'm sorry for the stammering, y'all. I heard noise in the background. But this is just like really like a computer simulation, this program. It's like all technological. And like anything that I talk about, they start to program and start to send it to me in the sensitization. And I might even notice it in the outside gang stalking stimuli. It's just a lot. So I don't want to go into that story too much again, but I just want to explain to you where they were going with this, how they were trying to sensitize me with this video. And it's not relative at all. It's so different. But anyway, so my sister and I were going out a lot and meeting guys and stuff. And I was just getting numbers and just having fun. And then I met my ex, had a connection with him, an instant connection. You know how that is sometimes when you meet a person and you have an instant connection with them. Him and I had chemistry right away. And the kind of personality I have, I've said this many times before, is unique. I'm very unique. I'm very shy. I'm very introverted. And I'm not one of those girls or people that has chemistry with just about anyone, especially as far as it goes, as far as dating goes. I don't have chemistry with just about anyone. It's hard for me to even really fall for someone because of that. So when I do have chemistry with a person, it's easy for me to, I don't fall easily, but then when I do fall, I really get wrapped up. That's how it is. So with him, it was like instant chemistry. And so things moved really quickly because of that. And so, you know, like literally after a month of us getting to know each other, he was already living with me. He had his own apartment. He packed up his stuff and moved into my apartment with me. And it was just like this kind of really quick relationship where I didn't even really get a chance to wrap my mind around the fact that I was in a full-on relationship and living with a man. Like it was really quick. And I was only 18 when him and I got together. We broke up when I was 19. We were together for about a year, like give or take a few months. So anyways, you know, I really liked him and the chemistry was there, like I said. This is why we got together so quickly. But I started to feel like trapped in the relationship because I was, like I said, only 18, a child, a teenager. And I didn't go up to college to get into a relationship right away. That was not my plan. I wanted to live, I wanted to go out, I wanted to date, I wanted to experience things before I got tied down into a serious relationship at that age. So that was what happened with my ex. I was very young. And things just moved quickly because we had chemistry. And I hadn't, you know, typically with me, it takes us, I don't want to say special kind of guy. That sounds that sounds narcissistic. I don't want to say special kind of guy, but it does take a particular kind of guy for me to have chemistry with them, if that makes sense. And so this is what the case was, why things move so fast. Anyway, so after a while of living together and stuff, I just started feeling trapped because I started feeling like, oh my God. I do have the tendency to kind of get like that anyway. I don't know what it is, but that does happen to me sometimes in relationships. But it was really just, I felt young, man. I wasn't trying to go up there and be in this big, serious relationship. And I felt like he just came too soon is how I felt about him. Like, I wish he had came later in life. I keep saying that. I felt like he came too soon. And so I was just like feeling really trapped in the relationship and like I wasn't ready for this serious, you know, I felt married and I was only 18. This is what it started feeling like. And this is how we were moving, like a married couple. He was living with me. And so I started to really feel trapped in the relationship. And so when my sister and I were coming home for the vacation, remember I told y'all we're from the islands. I'm in the island right now. This is where I live right now. When it was Christmas time, we came home for the vacation. And I left my ex up there and I had already been feeling like I might have broke up with him or taken a break is what I was thinking. I wanted to take a break, but I didn't know how to tell him that because I'm a quiet person. I'm a pushover. So what it turned into was me acting annoyed with him towards the end of the relationship. Like I remember before I came down, little things that didn't bother me before started annoying me. Like for instance, I always used to wash the dishes for us. Like we would be in there and we would eat, right? Like my sister and I would take turns cooking. And I was always the one washing our dishes. Like our dishes would be in there. And if I didn't wash them, they would pile up in the room. And so I didn't mind before. I used to just wash our dishes. Just different little things. He'd leave his hair in the sink. I used to just clean it up. I didn't tell him about it. Little things like that started to annoy me. Him leaving the toilet seat up, like little petty things that didn't bother me before, I noticed started annoying me. And I realized it was just because I didn't want to be in such a serious relationship. I had started feeling trapped, even though I liked him. I just felt like it was too much too soon. And that's really what happened. And so I was already contemplating telling him. I didn't want to like totally cut it off and like break up with him because I really liked him. I actually started to love him. I didn't want to be in this serious relationship at that age. And so I was going to take a break with him is what I wanted to do. But I hadn't built up the gall to do it. So I ended up coming home for the Christmas vacation with my sister, and that was all in my head. I was already contemplating doing this. You know, I had even started acting, like I said, annoyed with him toward the latter part of our relationship. Then I came home and I saw this guy from high school that I had fallen for. Nothing serious. Him and I were never together, never kissed, nothing like that. You know, we were just friends. He was my best friend in high school. And another one of those guys that I had instant chemistry with. Used to stay up on the phone all night talking, etc., right? So he was like my first love, puppy love type of thing, not real love, puppy love. And I'm grown enough and mature enough to acknowledge that it was puppy love. But nonetheless, and more so I would say even infatuation rather than love. Infatuation, puppy infatuation, rather than puppy love. I would call it puppy infatuation. That's how I felt for him, you know. And so him and I were like throughout high school, we were best friends or whatever, talk on the phone, whatever. And he would just do some immature stuff. I couldn't really tell if he liked me or not because he was doing stuff that indicated that he did, but I could not tell, and it was just nerve wracking for me because I'm like a really shy person, and even though I seem hardcore or whatever, I'm actually at the core of me I have a fear of heartbreak. So I remember that when I started really liking him bad, I started getting scared. And so when some of the stuff he was doing that felt unstable to me, I didn't like it. And so I remembered making an excuse to stop talking to him because of my fear of him breaking my heart. So I remember that's what happened with him. And, you know, but that feeling had still been there. You know, it was relatively fresh because remember, I was 18 and I was 19 when I broke up with my ex. So I had only been gone out of high school for a year. So this wasn't like years after that I saw him and this thing happened. You have to understand this was a year after high school. So those feelings were still somewhat there. And it wasn't like they're out of sight, out of mind, you know? It's not like it was there, like sitting there on my chest. But when I saw him, those feelings like came back. I realized I got butterflies when I saw him. So I'm like, I'm already feeling this way, like I'm feeling claustrophobic in my relationship. And then I see this person from high school that I was infatuated with, that I got butterflies for. And so I'm like, what the heck? I said, this is not normal. I'm like, nah, I really got to break up with my boyfriend. I'm already feeling like this kind of way, like this is too soon. I'm not ready to be in such a serious relationship. And then I'm seeing this guy from high school that I had feelings for and I'm getting butterflies. I'm like, no man should be giving me butterflies outside of my relationship. So I really need to break up is how I felt. And learning myself and learning that I'm an INTJ personality type, etc., not trying to come with the psychobabble, but it's real. That's how we operate. We're very logical and analytical. And if we see like something might not work in the long run, or if we see a problem that might cause, you know, like some sort of dissension or make something not be worthwhile, we might end up just doing the logical decision and trying to nip it in the bud, right? Like as far as a relationship goes. So I was already feeling like I was going to take a break with him. You know, I really did genuinely liked my ex. But I was already feeling trapped and like I was going to take a break from the relationship because it was too soon. I was young. And then I saw this guy from high school and I got butterflies and I was like, okay, that's weird. I'm already feeling this kind of claustrophobic way in my relationship and I'm getting butterflies for someone outside of my relationship. I was like, there's no way that I could truly be in love here if I'm getting butterflies for someone else. That's how I felt logically in my head back then. And I realized that's immaturity. That could just be lust, really. Nah, let me not say that. That's ignorant. It was more than lust because literally I used to talk to this guy like all through high school. He and I had a connection. It was way more than just that. So I'm not going to say it was lust. That's ignorance. It wasn't just lust. But for me, I'm just thinking to myself, there's no way that I'm feeling any type of anything for someone outside of my relationship and that this relationship is right for me. That was my thinking back then. And I was already planning to take a break, even before seeing this guy from high school. There was no hint of us getting together. It was not like we exchanged numbers and started talking and reignited the friendship and then there was talks of us getting together and that's why I flew and broke up with my ex. Nothing like that happened. Literally, I was driving. I drove by the hair store. I went to the hair store. I was back and I was leaving and I heard somebody screaming my name. And when I looked out the window, I saw him. He ran up to the car and hugged me and gave me his number. He was home too for the vacation. As a matter of fact, I think he was still living on island. Him and I talked like one time. It's time for me to go do my workout, guys. Let me try to hurry up. These videos always end up being longer than I want them to. Him and I talked one time, y'all, once or twice. That vacation. We didn't even talk like how we used to in high school. We talked once or twice. We didn't even meet up again. It wasn't even a meetup. He saw me by fluke and called me. We didn't meet up or anything like that. So there was no hint of us getting together, and there was no like new thing developing between him and I. And I still broke up with my ex. So it wasn't me leaving him for that guy. It was more so that I had already been planning to take a break. I had already started feeling irritated with the situation because I felt like I was too young to be settled into such a serious relationship. And then to add insult to injury, I saw this guy from high school and I got butterflies, and it just like solidified what I had already been planning to do. I keep saying that. I've said it in several different videos, and I keep trying to paint this false narrative like I'm the type of female to be in a relationship and then see someone else come that I like and break up with my ex. That's not my boyfriend, excuse me. That's not how that went. And I would never do that. That's not how I am. So it's another false narrative, and they like to smear campaign and social engineer with their shadow networking and share things that are slightly relative to what happened to me, but completely different. They keep doing that. And I keep showing y'all examples of how they do that with their shadow networking. So that's what was going on in this video, basically. They were testing her loyalty. This random dude she didn't know from anywhere that was started acting like he was a baller, right? She gave her number to him, ended up at his apartment, and was going to mess with the dude, basically. And so her boyfriend came and caught her and broke up with her and told her she's for the streets. Nothing like what happened with me. First of all, the guy that I saw that gave me the butterflies, I knew him and had a prior history with him. I had feelings for him. He was my first quote unquote, not really love, but just for the sake of terminology, my first quote unquote love. And second of all, I had already been planning to break up with my ex because, like I said, I had already started feeling like this was too serious of a relationship for an 18-year-old to be in. So it was a completely different situation. But this is what they did. They sent this to me, and I clicked on it like a dummy and watched it, and it was more shadow networking. So anyways, I found the video to be interesting. I don't let them malign me with their shadow networking. I always bust on the bullshit with them. Sometimes they even strike down my videos because I make so much sense and I knock down their false narratives. But I just said, okay, well, let me check out this channel. It looks like it has interesting stuff on it. So I went over to the channel, right? Randomly over to the channel. This is to tell you, this is where I'm leading to tell you how advanced I think this shadow networking software is. I don't think they just have the software to like hack your technological device and send you videos in your recommended with stimuli in it. So the way I was thinking it was before was like they would take the shadow networking, put like keywords into it, whatever it is they're trying to sensitize you to, and then the AI software would find videos and generate videos that had that stimuli in it. I do believe that happens as well. But I already told you I suspect that they have the technology to actually change already recorded videos. And I saw this on Truth Hurts Hypocrisy America's page too. I can't find his channel now. I'm having trouble finding it. So maybe in a future video, I'll show you an example of him showing it happening to him. But I believe they have the technology to actually change already recorded videos and add in shadow networking, add in the stimuli. I think they have the technology to do that. And so did Truth Hurts Hypocrisy America. And he showed an example of them doing it. It wouldn't be a stretch to believe that they could do that. If they're so advanced that they can microchip your brain, send you dreams, push thoughts into your head, look at your thoughts and everything like that on a computer screen, brain to computer interface, changing an already recorded video is nothing compared to that. So I'm sure that they can do that, and I want to show you an example of why I believe so. Now I finally have evidence to show you why I think so. So I went to this channel, right, randomly because they sent me that video, the X thing, and I just clicked on a random video, right? Not even the first one at the top. I went to the second one, and it's from a month ago, y'all, a whole month ago. It said, will her boyfriend use Snapchat to cheat on her? So I clicked on it. I didn't even notice that I was seeing a plaid shirt there. Remember I told you that they like to purposely, because of what I said, for what I shared in my video months ago from Truth Hurts Hypocrisy America's page about the plaid shirt. Now, purposely to be funny, when they sensitize me, they oftentimes have plaid shirts in the video. Not always, but often. All throughout my newsfeed, I'm always seeing plaid shirts, right? So I clicked on the video, and it's full of stimuli, y'all, full of sensitization. I'm going to go through it with you and show you. I'm not going to play the whole video. I'm going to fast forward to certain parts because I don't want to play the whole thing, and I don't want this video to be too long, and I also have to go work out. But I'm going to show you how there's so much stimuli in this one video that I randomly decided to click on. And I'm sure they changed the video in real time with their technology.
Is Alexis
boyfriend's loyal to her or not. Today we put together a test to help her find out.
I'm still hoping for the best. It's hard because like we've been in weird situations.
So I'm just going to quickly tell y'all, because I'm not going to play the whole video. That girl that you just saw talking, she's with this guy. She suspects he's cheating. She thinks he's using Snapchat to do it. And Snapchat is the ideal app to cheat on. You can hide text messages on Snapchat. They don't last long. They delete automatically. You know, the person can't screenshot your messages without you knowing that they've done that. You know, it's literally the ideal app to use if you want to be a cheater. So she suspects that her dude is cheating, right? So she contacted these people to try and trap him up to see if he's really cheating, right? So she gets this childhood friend of hers to basically try and entice him into cheating to see if he would bite the bait. And he more than bit it, y'all. It was a bunch of shadow networking in this video. I'm going to fast forward to the scene where all four of them are interacting in the apartment. So they set it up so that they would be in the apartment wrapping Christmas gifts, right, together. So it's this guy that works for this company she's hired, her best friend that she's going to use to try and lure him in, and then, of course, her dude. So it's two dudes in there, the guy for this company she hired, her dude, her, and then the girl, the friend that she's going to use to try to entice him, right? And they're wrapping Christmas gifts. And they set it up in a way where she has to leave the apartment with the guy that she hired, right? And so who's left there wrapping up the gifts is the friend and her boyfriend, right? So let me get there.
But I always kind of convince myself.
Giving him some... Once you put those glasses on...
I think they went to go look for some more wrapping paper.
So this is the point where the girlfriend has left and the guy that they hired for the company that he thinks is just some random dude that's helping with the wrapping of the Christmas gifts. So now this is the friend. He's never met her before. The friend that she's going to try to use to entice him, right? Now, mind you, he's wearing a plaid shirt. Notice that. Oh, I need you to see the Peppa Pig, though. They have, in this scene, they have Peppa Pig. Oh, you're going to see it in a minute. I'm going to show you the sensitization. You're going to see it in a minute. Let me not hop ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Would you like to wear headphones, or is listening to it on the speaker fine?
Listening to it here's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think of all this?
What, this?
Yeah, just like wrapping, getting stuff for the kids.
I mean, I guess it's nice. You know, it's nice to do all this stuff.
Yeah, it's cool.
How do you think he's going to do?
I mean, I'm like praying that it isn't how I think it's gonna be. It's like your best friend and your boyfriend right there.
You think he suspects anything?
No, because I feel like he already feels kind of weird because he doesn't know them. He's literally somewhere he doesn't, you know, like, so I feel like he's already thinking about that and not so much, you know.
Me and my boyfriend, he was supposed to come today, but he's literally getting on my last nerve, and I told him not to come. Yeah, I'm just so over it. Yeah. He's always on me about literally everything. It's just too much. But anyways, what do you do?
For a living?
Yeah, like for work.
I'm a teacher at a boarding school.
Okay, that's awesome.
So already that's sensitization. Remember, y'all, I used to be an English teacher. I taught for 2 years here on island before I tried to relocate summer of 2022. So that's already sensitization, right? Let's keep going. Listen to what they say now.
Yeah, do you like it?
Damn, now I am praying this man passes. Come on, bro, set a good example for the kids.
Right? So that's already sensitization. When he said he was a teacher, he said, damn, now I'm really praying this man passes. Set a good example for the kids. That's them taking a dig at me. Let's continue.
You feel like it's your passion?
Definitely.
Yeah, I used to work with kids. It was so fun. In high school, special needs. Yeah.
That's another dig. In my story, they're very, very well aware of this. And I've even talked about it recently. I talked about the fact that before I graduated, right, before I went back to school for the second time and got my bachelor's, I used to be a paraeducator, a special education paraeducator. And I worked with kids that had IEPs. And I was talking about the fact that in childhood, I had an IEP because I have ADD. So they know that I worked with special ed kids in my past. They know that. This is all shadow networking, y'all.
No, not really, but it was so fun. They were so cute, and we'd do a bunch of crafts together. They were so creative, and we'd also play on the iPad. They loved the iPad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Shelby seems to have made her connection with Junior. When the time is right, all she's got to do is just make her move.
Are you traveling anywhere for the holidays?
No, I'm actually just go to my close place.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
sweet.
what about you?
I think I'm gonna go to the Bahamas.
The Bahamas?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to Pig Island. I was actually...
Guys, super shadow networking. So first of all, you saw them talking about the Peppa Pig on the table while he's talking about being a teacher. And they're telling him, oh man, I hope he sets a good example, the guy that's watching the recording of what's happening, right? Then she's talking about going to the Bahamas and visiting Pig Island. Double sensitization with the word pig, first of all. But second of all, there's a target that often comments on my videos. I still up to now don't know if this man is a plant or just a target that they turned against me that decided to start coming back around again. I don't really 100% trust him. I'm just keeping it real. But I do still answer his comments in my comment section. You know, I would never take it outside of the app. He did try to contact me on Facebook, and I was very real with him about the fact that I don't necessarily trust him 100% because of what happened with him. You know, when I met him a few months ago, it was more so like the beginning of last year. And I'm not going to go into the details about that, but I'm not sure if he's a plant or a target that they just turned against me that ended up coming back around. But I did recently, he commented under my videos and was telling me that he's in the Bahamas now. And he went to the Bahamas. And so I remember going to his page and seeing that he posted a video where he was talking about the fact that it's way better in the Bahamas and people aren't revving by every minute. And so I was just looking into the Bahamas. I wouldn't actually go over there because I don't even actually trust that target, if I'm being honest with you. But I did still look into it. I was just out of sheer curiosity. I was looking into the Bahamas. And I know to Heron Island, even though the gang stalking is pretty bad, it's nowhere near as bad as in the States, in the mainland. And I've told you guys that in several of my videos. So that's the truth. In the islands, it's a lot less invasive, the targeting, even though it's really bad. It's really bad, but it's not like the States, y'all. The States is a whole different beast. So it seems to me like he's having like a better experience in the Bahamas as well. But I think probably even better than the experience I'm having, if he's a true target and what he's saying is true. It seems like things are really cool, even keel over there for him. So I remember I was looking into the Bahamas. I wouldn't actually go over there, like I said, but I was just looking into it and they saw me doing that. So now for her to talk about the Bahamas and Pig Island, this is all shadow networking, y'all. Back to back. I'm telling you, they're changing these videos in real time with their technology. Anyway, let me continue.
Yeah.
Is that why you got a Peppa Pig?
Yeah, it's actually right here. Oh my gosh, I love Peppa Pig.
Look how she picks up Peppa Pig after she talks about Pig Island. This is so random. She talks about visiting Pig Island in the Bahamas, and then she picks up the pig off the table and talks about she loves Peppa Pig. Y'all understand how they're shadow networking? And check out that video. This is sheer evidence, pure evidence that this is what's happening. Because I even showed y'all 12 days ago, about 2 weeks ago, how they sensitized me to the word pig. Check out the example of the shadow networking AI software used on Target's video. It's only 20 minutes long, y'all, and I show you an example of how they keep trying to sensitize me to the word pig. This is a prime example of shadow networking, them using their AI software to shadow network, right? So let's continue, because it gets a lot more sinister. Just wait a minute.
Have you ever traveled? Do you like traveling?
Yeah, I love Cabo.
I love Cabo.
Beaches over there are just like...
They're so nice. I've been to Cancun before. Oh, you should go there.
Yeah, for sure we go out, do like a little group trip or something.
Oh my gosh, we should do a group trip. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not going to continue it on here because this is just random stuff with them making random conversation. Then she's going to pull out her phone and act like she's taking a video for Snapchat and use that as the bait to hook him in. So she's basically then going to say, do you have a Snapchat? And that's how they're going to exchange contact info. So then he's going to get her contact info. And this is how the I guess you could say, pending affair is going to start, right? So they're going to start contacting each other, and she's going to be sending him pictures of herself on Snapchat. And eventually he's going to end up over at her place to make cookies, quote unquote, make cookies. Now, he knows this is inappropriate. This is his girlfriend's best friend. He's an idiot, too. I'm not trying to be condescending, right? Because he has nothing to do with my targeting. But I'm just saying this is obviously a real video that they inserted stimuli into with their technology, right? The shadow networking technology. But this is obviously a real video. So for him to date this random best friend that he never met for his girlfriend out of nowhere, that's randomly coming on to him, he's such an idiot for biting the bait the way that he did, right? But anyways, so she starts sending him all these sexy, provocative pictures on Snapchat, and they're talking, and they decide that he's going to come to her house to make cookies.
That'd be really fun. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a freaking June. and to help her bake some cookies. Now, even though Alexis couldn't see how Flirty Jr. got on Snapchat, she will be able to see how Flirty Jr. gets here. You see, this house has a sauna. After making their cookies, Shelby will invite him to relax in it with her. Obviously, he'll be caught off guard, but a flirty Shelby will offer him spare clothes and a shower.
So far, do you think he's already going too far and like failing?
Of course it's too far. Like I already am confirming that I can't trust him.
Is there any way that he could still pass?
I don't know. I can't imagine this is an isolated thing.
Shelby kept in touch with Junior, let us know when he was almost here,
Hello?
and then picked up his call confirming his arrival.
Okay, I'll come get you.
And yeah,
Even that kept in touch with Junior could have been sensitization. Remember I told you they tried to sensitize me to the word touch. Remember, this is a spiteful smear campaign, a humbling campaign to humble the bitch. This is what their motive is, because they think I'm some sort of bitch that bears false witness. And so with the text message that I sent, I already told you all what they tried to create with that text message. And it makes no sense, because if you listen to my full story, you'll hear that I was having experiences in the Airbnbs shortly before I graduated from college and came home. Right before coming home, the same type of experience that I sent the text about when I got home. So what they tried to create with the text message is ludicrous. They're doing it to spite me because they think I bear false witness and they don't like me as a person. That's what it's really about. They're holding a grudge. They don't know what grace is, and they're trying to malign me with false narratives. This is not the only one. Like I told y'all, they're constantly all day long sending me a bunch of different false narratives with their social engineering, painting false narratives to malign me because they think I'm some sort of stuck-up bitch that bears false witness. This is what it's all about. Now look, the rooster drone is walking across the street. Anyways, so let's continue.
Junior called her off Snapchat.
He's here.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah.
I brought you.
Oh, thank you. Sweet of you. Thanks. I love the pink drink. Welcome to my place. Well, this is my parents' place, actually. I'm just staying here for the week. They're in Costa Rica.
Costa Rica?
Yep, they left, and I'm just here.
Go with them or what happened?
Just priorities here, have work and all that, yeah.
Okay, I don't know how he missed this, but this dude brought Shelby Starbucks. I mean, maybe it's a good thing I didn't catch this, though, because if I did, I would have been like, yep, this dude's a goner. There is no hope.
It's pretty nice being here because I grew up here, so it brings back a lot of memories.
Oh, okay, nice. What about your apartment?
It's just empty right now, honestly. Yeah. Do you want to check out the backyard?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we have a sauna in the back.
Sauna?
Yeah.
You rich or what?
I use it all the time, or I used to.
Shelby begins laying down the groundwork for what's to come.
Yeah, how have you been though?
I'm pretty good. You know, the drive wasn't too long.
Not too bad.
25 minutes.
Why do I still have hope? That's so, you know what?
I like this place.
You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
You always had it? Your parents always had
Yeah,
it?
I was born and raised here. I
Yeah.
had a dog. They actually took our dog on vacation to Costa Rica. She's so lucky.
What's your dog's name?
Sally.
Sally?
Yeah, I hope she's having a good time.
Yeah, okay. How long are they going to be there for?
Just a week. I'm
Just a
just
week?
here for a week. Yeah, but it's
Oh.
nice. I like the spot.
Yeah, honestly, it's pretty chill, so...
Yeah, but we can make these cookies. Do you want to wash our hands?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I'm gonna wash my hands. It's a 3-bedroom. Yeah. Yeah, I like it too.
Oh, he's checking out the bedrooms. Door's locked, right?
So he's thinking that she's some bout it chick. He obviously thinks she ain't worth shit because she's her best friend's friend. And she's obviously sending him these provocative pictures on Snapchat, inviting him over to make cookies. You know, any regular dude who doesn't know that they're being set up, he's a dum-dum, would think that this girl is bout it and trying to, I guess, get busy or whatever. So he's back there by the rooms now, putting up mistletoe over the door and, like, ready to, I guess, get things started, you know, because he's thinking that this is something legit. And I guess he's thinking that she's trying to, you know, mess around with him or whatever.
It's fun staying here.
Yeah, I want to show you something.
What's up?
Like, just come here. Just...
Okay, one sec.
What the hell is he doing?
What's up? What is that?
What's up with this?
Yeah,
Oh, how did that get there?
I've never seen that before.
Never seen this before?
No? Like,
What you mean?
how'd that get
Closer.
there? What? That's so random.
Your hands are kind of cold. Maybe I should like warm them up.
This is very unexpected. Honestly.
Well, you know,
Like, were you just carrying that, or?
I just found it outside, actually.
Oh, okay, that's funny.
Well, you know what we're supposed to do, right?
No. What
Yeah.
are we supposed to do?
But we're supposed to kiss. Or is it bad luck?
I think I'll take the bad luck for now.
Nah, I am the bad luck right now.
This is...
Yo.
Did he say it's just a kiss?
We could hardly see or hear what was going on. All we knew was that for some reason, Junior was all up on Shelby asking for a kiss. We didn't even realize that he actually kissed her.
I didn't expect this.
What do you mean?
I want to bake the cookies.
We can make the cookies after.
Like, where'd you get that from? Do you just, like, carry that on you?
No, like I said, I just found it.
Like, it's just, like, hanging? What?
Yeah.
You just found it where?
Yeah, outside.
Outside?
Yeah, outside.
You're hilarious.
Yeah.
I just really want to make the cookies, honestly.
But I feel like...
Yeah, maybe not right now.
Why are you closing the door, though?
Because, I mean, we're going to bake the
Bedroom's right
cookies,
there.
and... I mean, my bedroom is, like, for later.
For later?
I mean, it's more for myself. Like, I kind of just met you.
It's okay.
Should we go out there? Things were starting to get a little uncomfortable. Because of our test, Junior must have seriously been under the impression that Shelby really wanted him.
Should we go out there?
I don't know.
I'm low-key kind of like, should we go out there?
I don't really feel comfortable doing that. No, because I'm still with my boyfriend.
It doesn't matter.
It does to me. Sorry.
Alright, just call him up and break up with him right now.
What about you and Alexis?
What about her? Does it matter?
She's your girlfriend. Like, what are you talking about?
What's your problem? It doesn't matter.
I don't feel right about this. Do you want to go bake the cookies? How about that?
No, I don't want to.
I'll push easy, babe. Huh? I'll push easy, babe. He's being pretty pushy, but...
I want to bake the cookies. I don't really feel right doing this. It just doesn't feel good.
Just look at how you're looking at me.
I know you won't. I'm just looking at you.
Ew. Oh my god. Wait.
Just kind of go with it.
I'll think about it. Let's go make the cookies. Okay.
So do you see how aggressive this guy's being, like a fucking predator? This is all shadow networking. Because remember what they try to insinuate with the text to be spiteful, right? So I'm going to show you what they're going to do next. This is how you know this is all them being spiteful, right? So let me continue to play. First of all, I'm nothing like that. And the people in my close circle know that too. Every time I've dated a dude, I've always had issues with touching and all of this stuff like that. Because I am such a freaking sensitive person. I'm not even that sexual. I'm not even that sexual of a person. Like, I have to really... No, I'm not. I have to really be into a guy, right? For me to even take it there with them. I have to be really into a guy for me to take it there with them. And even still, sometimes I'm just not in the mood for touchy stuff. You know, I've even told my family that sometimes I feel claustrophobic in relationships because of that, the physical aspect of things, right? And not to say that I don't enjoy those things, but it's just like sometimes I even feel claustrophobic because of that. So I'm not the kind that's up on top of people doing anything like what this creep is doing. He's so creepy, right? But then they're again doing it to spite me with their social engineering AI software, right? So look at what happens next.
Okay, we're chilling.
So mind you, again, he just thinks she's a hoe. That's why he's moving like that with her. Because this is apparently his girlfriend's childhood friend. And she, you know, came on to him the way she did. And so he's thinking that she ain't shit. You know, like you would do this to your friend and you moving like this. You invite me to your house and all this. So he's thinking she's a floozy. And so he's treating her as such. But he's still acting so aggressive. He's a creep, right? But anyways, let's continue.
Ew, this is my boyfriend.
Thankfully, Shelby was able to get herself out of a sticky situation. This could have gone south really quickly, and I even regret my hesitation. We would later also learn that the thing Junior put on the door that began this entire ordeal was a mistletoe. Yep, this man walked in here with a mistletoe and had this whole thing planned out. Our plan was completely unnecessary. I think if we would have been able to see exactly how flirty or into Shelby Jr. was, we would have been able to see this behavior coming. I mean, this man was clearly into her. But then again, maybe we wouldn't have been able to see it coming because this man didn't think Shelby was into him. This man thought Shelby wanted him.
Okay, was that it? That's enough, right? That's pretty much.
That's enough. He was like attacking her. I feel that she's even in this position right now.
That's how aggressive he was being. His girlfriend is even saying he was attacking her, talking about her friend.
She's okay.
Me too. She's okay, but it's just still.
Now, mind you, this is a second plaid shirt he's wearing. I showed y'all the scene where they were wrapping the Christmas gifts. Hold on a second, y'all. I showed y'all the scene where he was wrapping the Christmas gifts, right? You saw that he was wearing a plaid shirt. Now, in this new scene where he goes to make the cookies with her, he's wearing a different color plaid shirt. Okay? This is how serious it is with the shadow networking. Go ahead and fast forward the video if you need to. You can see it's 2 different plaid shirts.
So, I'm just so disgusted right now.
I think I'm gonna call her though.
we supposed to like smash him or something?
I mean,
Yeah, I'll do that. That way your nails won't.
Answer.
I'm getting a call. Let me see. Hello?
Hey, play it cool. Just making sure everything's good. Are you good?
Yeah. Good.
Okay. You don't have to make your move anymore because we saw, like, he tried to kiss you and all that stuff.
Okay.
I think you're good at just hold him there, and then we'll go outside and confront him.
Okay. Thank you.
Just checking in and making sure you're good, though, and everything's good. Still comfortable?
Appreciate it.
Still solid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye. Oh, just a friend.
All right. So what are your thoughts? And
I'm embarrassed. And like I'm living. I can't anymore.
you want to walk outside and confront him?
I have to.
Yeah.
I have to.
There's no way for us to know if Junior really has been talking to other girls on Snapchat, but this test certainly validated Alexis's suspicions.
You can just bake the cookies for now and see where things go, maybe.
There was now only one thing left for her to do. I hope you guys have your talkies for this, because you guys already know. This
No, that was sensitization too, guys. I already told y'all they try to sensitize me to the word no, so you guys already know. This is all sensitization. Now watch what happens next.
is gonna be good.
What?
Now pay attention to the emoji that's on his face.
What's up?
Yo, what's going on?
Are you surprised to see me?
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
I'm just making some cookies.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's what you're doing? You're just baking some cookies? What were you doing like 3 minutes ago?
We're just still baking cookies and I was just having a good conversation.
Oh, really? You're just hanging out with my best friend alone?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing
Really?
wrong with
Was it? Do you see all these cameras right here? That's weird,
Wow,
right?
what's going on?
What do you mean? What's going on? Weren't you just trying to kiss her like 2 minutes ago or something?
I didn't do that.
Weren't you just?
Look at that. When she's asking him about what he was trying to do, how he was trying to kiss her when he was being a creep, do you see that the eyebrow emoji is on his face? Now remember what I've talked about that I got a lot of backlash for. One of the things in my full story that I talked about was the incident that happened with the guy that I talked to virtually years ago in my early 20s that led to me being cyber stalked and cyber bullied for years. This was prior to my targeting. Sorry about that, guys. A lot of noise and stuff is happening, right? Let me hurry up and finish this videos. But that cyber stalking, cyber bullying situation that I talked about happened prior to my targeting. Listen to my commentating over a clip video, y'all, or my full story, and you'll hear details about that. I've even dedicated specific videos to that situation. I have a part 1 and part 2, evidence from my cyber stalking and cyberbullying experience in my early 20s video. Check out those 2 videos, and you'll hear details about that situation. Anyway, y'all, so go ahead and check out those 2 videos. Anyway, guys, so go ahead and check out those 2 videos that I just mentioned. And you can hear evidence about why I talked about that situation. And then also check out my targeting through the TV video. Check that video out as well. I gave vivid details in that video, right? About why I talked about the things that I talked about. So I can't be gaslit with that situation. Check out those videos. So y'all, don't just check out the cyber stalking and cyberbullying evidence part 1 and part 2 video. Also check out my recent targeting through the TV video. And you can see an actual thumbnail with a TV with stripes on it. Sorry, a lot of noise. Give me a second, guys. Noise campaign. Hold on. A lot of crazy noise campaigns started happening. Someone went on the porch and started having a big loud conversation, so I couldn't really do my video on the porch. So I tried to go out in the living room, and then someone else in the house is purposely being loud and making noise campaign and interrupting my video because I'm proving my point and I'm knocking down the false narrative. You know, I'll be innocently in here watching shows. This is the gaslighting I talk about. I'll be in here. It's called reactive abuse. Watching shows, they're constantly sending me bullshit, right, on YouTube and making noise campaigns in the background. And so then when I make a video about it to defend myself, then I'm giving backlash about it. This is a very, very, very invasive, very low down program, right? But I'm gonna continue my video and hurry up and finish up, right? So anyways, so you can check out why I talked about that situation, what I went through with that cyber stalking situation, and why they try to give me backlash for talking about it, and it's gaslighting. But this is basically what's going on here. This is what they're pushing these false narratives. They're trying to paint it like that's
gaslight. Oh wait, you're back in front of the window again? Oh, okay. So we gonna have one of these.
Yeah, anytime I can prove my point, this starts happening. I showed you on another video when this happened. Check out my part 3, programming and gaslighting of the targeted individual video. Anytime I can prove my point, that's when this starts happening, you know. But anyways, I'm gonna hurry up and finish up the video. So just understand that this is them again gaslighting me, because this is supposedly backlash for that situation where I talked about the cyber stalking, cyberbullying situation.
Grabbing up on her? Weren't you just...
So guys, when they're talking about him grabbing up on the girl and what he was just doing, the fact he was trying to kiss the girl, they put that emoji, the eyebrow up emoji on his face. And remember, again, they're claiming that I did a false accusation against that guy, which I did do initially when him and I were talking. You got to listen to the story, y'all. When I met him back in my early 20s, something happened between him and I where I thought he was setting me up with my roommate. And that's what created the cyber stalking, cyberbullying situation, but it was just taken way too far. So y'all got to check out those videos to hear about that experience. But that's why they're showing that, you know, as a hint at that's why this is happening to you, because you bear false witness type of thing. And you could see the eyebrow emoji up on his face. Remember, I told you part of the cyber stalking, cyberbullying was them teasing me about the fact that in my pictures, I used to like to raise my eyebrow. I still do it sometimes. It's a bad habit, but I don't do it as much anymore. But that was what was part of my cyber stalking and cyberbullying was that stimuli, because, you know, around the time when him and I was talking on Instagram, I had a lot of pictures with my eyebrow up. So that became one of the things that they used to sensitize me to with that situation. And so because I talked about that in my story, of course, with this program, they started doing it in the program and putting their eyebrow up. So every time they're trying to, like, you know, throw false narratives at me, oftentimes you'll see this eyebrow up or the word great, which was a part of that cyber stalking, cyberbullying situation.
Doing that? You weren't? I'm pretty sure I saw you.
Y'all see that? You see the eyebrow? Yes, you saw the eyebrow up?
I heard you. Weren't you just trying to kiss her like 2 minutes ago or something?
No, I didn't do that.
Weren't you just grabbing up on her?
No,
weren't you just doing that? You weren't? I'm pretty sure I saw you.
Well, that didn't happen.
I heard you. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. Should we watch the footage? Should we go watch the footage again? No, should we see what you just said, huh?
We just making cookies.
You were trying to kiss her. You were being disgusting. We almost came out here because it was so
You heard that when she said we were being disgusting. He said we didn't do that shit. Now remember, shit is another word they try to sensitize me to. So let's continue.
That's what you were doing.
Why are you screaming?
What is wrong with you? Why do you have a girlfriend? Why do you have a girlfriend? Why do you have a girlfriend?
Being so dramatic.
Why do you have a girlfriend? I'm being dramatic?
Yeah.
You have 5 kids.
You're crazy as
You crazy?
Yeah.
I'm crazy. Did you not try and kiss her? Just
Now look how he's gaslighting her, right? They try to make it seem like I'm gaslighting when they're the ones gaslighting. This is how they do it, right? Project what they're doing onto you.
No.
Did you try and kiss her? Did you
Look at the eyebrow up again.
grab her? Did he try and kiss you?
Yeah.
No.
He definitely.
Okay, that's
She was holding
weird.
me. She grabbed me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What did you do over there? What did you go? You were. I don't know. You went over there
I
and
was
you
just
did.
checking out her house.
You've been Snapchatting her for like I don't know how long.
We're just friends though.
You're just friends.
Anyway, so that's it, guys. That's all I wanted to show you. I just want to hurry up and end the video. But this is a clear example of how their shadow network. Please check out those videos with the cyber stalking, cyberbullying. You'll hear me talk about the eyebrow up thing, right? And the word great. So this is like so much stimuli in this one video. And this wasn't even a video they sent to me. I went to this channel because of a video they sent to me. And I randomly clicked on this video and all the stimuli was in there. So I strongly believe, and this is evidence, that they not only have the technology, the shadow networking AI software to send you videos and you're recommended on YouTube or Netflix or Hulu, right? With videos with sensitization and stimuli in it. But I strongly suspect, and this is evidence of it, that they also have the technology to change already recorded videos. All right, so check it out, y'all. Check out all my videos. I share a lot of information in all of my videos and evidence and sources to help you validate your experience as a target. All right, so check out these videos, y'all. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace out. Wait, guys, I think I actually had, I'm not sure. I don't want to repeat myself now. I'm not sure if I just had the video paused or not because I went to press stop and I realized it looked like it started playing again. So you can hear me say the same thing I just said if it was playing and I'm not sure. I'm sorry about that, guys. But I just wanted to show you how they're using their shadow networking software to sensitize me. The eyebrow up, that's a major sensitization from that cyber stalking, cyberbullying situation. So please check out those videos I just referenced, and you'll be able to hear that story and the fact that the eyebrow up was major stimuli for me. And because I talked about it in my story, they started to incorporate it in my gang stalking and in my programming. So this is major sensitization. And I want you guys to understand that not only with the shadow networking software can they send you videos and you're recommended on YouTube or on Hulu or on Netflix with stimuli in it to sensitize you, but I believe their technology can actually change already recorded videos. Because as I showed you all, what they did send to me was that cheating video with the girl that cheated on her ex. And then I came to this channel on my own whim, right? And I clicked on a random video, and this video had all of the stimuli in it. So I strongly believe that they have the technology to actually change videos in real time that are already recorded. And Truth Hurts Hypocrisy America had evidence of that on his page too. You know, if I'm able to find his channel again, I will show you guys that in a future video. Anyways, I will talk to y'all in the next one. You know, hopefully for real now, for real. I always do this and end up coming with another video. But hopefully for real now, you won't hear from me again for a few months. And the next video you'll see from me is one with me on camera, showing you what my workout progress is. You know, because I did a video last month showing you what my 3-month workout progress has been. I showed you 3 video clips of what I'm looking like right now. And now I've recently started going to the gym and taking protein and stuff. So I'm going to come in another 2 months and show y'all another update video. I don't have anything else that I could think of that I want to post right now, unless it's like an update or something good. You know, hopefully no targeted individual stuff. Hopefully there's nothing that I feel like I absolutely have to document again. I'm trying to steer away from making these videos. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.